Okay, let's see. Was kind of tired. Would have preferred to sleep, but we gotta show up. Let's see. Oh yeah, this might be a reason. We still got the same pairs that I wanted to be trading today. It's gonna be DAX and EU. EU we're still gonna retrace. So let me see if my live is on. Okay. So Euro, I'm still down to be looking at buys. Let's see. Let's start even with DXY. I should probably get into the habit of having New York analysis also, but we're gonna see. So for us, we wanna be bullish on Euro and DXY bearish, right? We have 1 hour with 1 hour that I actually got mitigated here on DXY. Let's see. I don't know if I wanna be buying necessarily on Euro. We're gonna see, but we should be drawn towards this. I think that's what I think. I don't know, this is generally for CPI, but I think since the range is good, we should be drawing probably at least towards Asian highs, I would say. But it depends. That's what I kind of trying to couple with DXY. The thing is, DXY doesn't look necessarily bearish. That's the thing. We do have this 1 hour though, and if this holds, we'll probably reach towards Asian lows and probably towards this and then draw. We gotta see. DAX, apparently we printed the 1 hour here, so we have 1 hour already present. So this is a bit interesting on DAX. It might be valid. We have 1 hour present already, and now we printed another one here, kind of in the same area. To look, this would be probably recent target, like easy target for price reaching here, and then look to target the second, which is gonna be this higher time frame sell side that we're looking to target anyways. Okay, so we'll see. Actually, we might have two valid trades. These are generally the only thing I'm looking at. GU is not really in a spot where I want to be buying in, but also not shorting, even though this gap does look good here. Even though this can already be a short, maybe I'm gonna demo it, but I feel like it's too risky to get swept. But I would demo this. Like for demos, I'm always down to try like stupid shit, basically. So let's go. Let's see whether this works out. It's still, yeah, just a limit test to see if it works out. Gold, we ended up inversing, so I ended up being right here. I ended up being right that this looks weak, this looks weird. I ended up being right that we are actually gonna inverse this because we're very close. We just took a range high, so this might be also a valid setup, the gold one. So we're gonna see. Where are we technically gonna draw? Probably towards this, I would say. And this is our high time frame draw on liquidity, basically. So just a retracement idea. Yeah, it would make sense. So this is also valid. So I actually have some valid trades today. I do like sell side. I do like this Asian sell side, and this can be maybe first target. This can be second. This low here, the sell side. I don't know if we can necessarily look lower than this, but this is an idea as well. So gold is also pretty decent. Buy sell liquidity into an inversion, coupled with higher time frame high, is going to be a valid trade for us to look to target lower. This is kind of balanced, but yeah, on a 4 hour, yeah. So this is definitely our main target for gold. We're already making our plans. Euro, I'm still down to buy here. I really like this as a landing continuation. It's just that it's weird because I don't know if DXY wants to continue bearish, so we're gonna really pay attention at DXY to couple with Euro here if this makes this trade valid. Because if we print bullish on DXY and if we invalidate, we're just likely to disrespect this. So we're gonna see. But I do like DAX is decent. I just don't really like necessarily how it looks, but it can work. Earlier in the stream I said, I said I took that buy. If you guys watched this, I took a buy here on the demo. I said, and this is why, the exact reason you're not looking to trade against higher time frame trend. I said that you need to choose the direction of higher time frame and only stick to it, right? And let's say we wanted to buy here. This is an old model I would trade, which is Asian low sell side sweep, and then I look to buy And then what happened? The setup failed. When did the setup fail? When we're going counter trend. So this is the perfect example why you don't wanna be trading against overall higher time frame direction. When you do, that's when it's more likely for your setup to fail. So this is actually a failure of Raid Asia, which is one of my models that I see a lot, and I ended up getting caught in trades like this very a lot of times. This is the perfect example when the setup fails, when it's counter trend. That's pretty much it, and it's a really good example of that. It didn't have strength. This is actually a common pattern when the setup fails, when the Asia rate setup fails. When we come and react of an internal liquidity sweep, usually the target of the strategy is Asian highs, and this is a case where most of the times you just get reversed on before TB gets hit. So this is a case actually I've seen a lot of times happen here. So this is basically a failure of the buys of Asian rate, and we end up printing an overall higher time frame direction. But it's interesting. I'm gonna mark this as well. I can say I really like how the range is looking, but the inversion is really good, so I don't think it matters that much. We're gonna see. I don't really like here how it looks, but probably gonna be fine. Okay, this jewel looks pretty good. The displacement looks good, but yeah, it's not a trade I would take. Let's see. I don't like this break. We need something. We need either this inversion, which is probably not enough. I don't really like that this inversion is small, but I would probably want to see a failed swing, is what I call here. Is when we have an initial, I look to entry here, when we have an initial swing lower, and then I wait for a retrace and entry. This is probably what I would wait for in a case like this for me to take this trade. Otherwise, I'm not taking it, because we lack a proper FVG, we lack a proper confluence in overall this area around here. That would have made that entry possible. Just taking entry straight like this, it's not, look, we don't have necessary confluence, so we're doing that. So failed swing here, definitely. And here it still looks good. I still like euro. But yeah, this can be resistance. This can be even where price reverses on usually this crazy wicks. So this happens sometimes. That's what I'm trying to be careful at. I don't like the drawn here, but I gotta be careful at the scenario of this wick holding, and we hold lower. So we're gonna see. I do need to see some more price action. But I do like this internal liquidity that is just resting here, so we sweep. That's gonna be a good case. Probably the same scenario where I would wait for a big swing, then wait for another confluence to look to entry. So same as DAX essentially. And probably same on, I mean probably only on gold I wouldn't wait for that swing, because we already broke below the zone. Here I would just wait for a lower time frame entry pattern. So again, a retest of this area I would wait for. We don't need that swing because we already have it here. And I see 3 pairs for today. The rest are really not doing much. This idea, just the idea, yeah, ended up working, and it's probably gonna work. You might also inverse, but we can't really be shorting into a 1 hour inverse. Is too risky. But the rejection looks really good here on the 1 hour. On Jew. Really nice wicks that we got. We kinda respected this also, this inverse, but it's still risky. Maybe if it gets invalidated, if we close below, then can be maybe a PM session setup, maybe just to look from here to here towards the low. But we're gonna see. Maybe a PM session, yes, but we still have a bullish range. In terms of structure, it's the classic range, like classic chalk or market structure shifts, or however you want to call it, because we do have lower highs, lower low, and then here we switch. But this is a case where it's still too early for me to know whether this is a change of character and we're gonna go higher, or it's a liquidity rate, or we just come for liquidity and continue lower. So this is the in-between state between structure that I don't really like trading unless I have more confluence. For bearish cases, it would be for us to invalidate this. For bullish cases, it would be for us to like form a 1 hour gap or something from here, and then I look to trade. So this is very in the middle on GU, but the idea, yeah, is just like probably gonna be short as a low. I do still like euro. I still like that is balanced. It's not a strong range coming lower. Coming to the sell side is kind of perfect to be trading. This looks decent, but it's still not tradable. Even if we close lower here, I don't know. Let's see how the entry forms. I'll think about it, but maybe a 0.5 at most, considering how we're breaking. But this that we're forming the gap around here does look decent. But this would be probably a case where I do my scaling kind of the reverse way. I scale in first, then I kind of entry with the main position. So this meaning I take my scaling, my 0.5 scaling now, and when we get more confluence, then I'm gonna entry with my main position, which is a 1%. I sometimes do this, that it's kind of reversed. Most of the time I enter 1% first, then 0.5. But in cases like this, it might work. So I'm gonna think about it. Let's see if we do break. Yes, pretty bearish. I don't know if gold's ever gonna retrace. Like, this is the behavior of gold. Sometimes it doesn't retrace. That's why I like forex, because forex retraces. Gold doesn't really fucking retrace a lot of times. But yeah, we're definitely switching bearish here. We'll see if we get that retest, but most likely we're just gonna reach into sell side before retracing, because that's just gold behavior, to be honest. But we'll see what it do. Okay, again we're getting a bullish rejection once again. The same we got, I don't remember where, in London today. I watched, I think here, here, yeah, when we rejected the bearish entry here. This might be happening. It's like kind of the exact same thing that is happening right now. So it might be, yeah, just continuing bullish again, but we're gonna see. At the most 0.5 it lacks displacement. It looks too slow, so most likely we're still gonna form structure before doing that. Yeah, gold is melting, bro. Like, gold doesn't fucking retrace, doesn't do shit. I don't know how you're supposed to take gold trades. Maybe on the 1 minute, yeah. Maybe on the 1 minute, yeah, but like on 5 and how I trade forex and stuff like that, it's not gonna happen. Gold ain't gonna retrace. Really rare that it's gonna retrace. Like, even here, see, like, it ended up running towards these highs instead of pulling back deeper, which forex would do, so, or does more often, is a retrace. But yeah, just gold behavior. Yeah, this is bullish for now. We might reach back into the buy side, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't really see a reason why we might flip bullish yet. I still think this is our draw, reaching into this lowest here, but it does look weird, kind of how structure looks, but we're gonna see. This is definitely a bullish rejection. Definitely, like, no doubt. We had only one gap in the price leg, which was here, and that we didn't close below it, so it's a very clear sign what we're gonna do next. Or we can do this, sometimes this happens, we just have a reaction and then we still end up breaking. That would be probably a more decent entry than just breaking it, because now we're kind of forming this low, which adds structure, adds confluence to our trade. We're gonna see. But it doesn't look like a bad setup, it just looks iffy, a bit iffy, because we failed here, which is, yeah, the exact case where my Ray Day just failed. Let me see if I can. I don't even remember the last time where I traded this setup. It's been a long time since I didn't trade, since I traded Ray Day, but it just naturally, like, they didn't show up. I think this is gonna be one of those trades that get reversed on. Oh, never mind. I mean, this is not really a Ray Day, but whatever. I know I had a trade that I got reversed on. This is just news behavior. I traded in Newsday, which wasn't a great choice, but I do remember one recent one. Still gonna search it. Oh yeah, this is exactly a case like this today. I think that was 15 minutes. See, this is very similar. And we might be doing printing bullish. We had this weird Asia. Let me see if I can make it like this. This weird Asia. Then we have a big displacement lower, big displacement lower, and then we would have normally bought within London. Within London is very similar here. Then it comes and reacts of something inside Asia, which is kind of exactly what it does here as well. And then in this case, it had a reaction lower and then start printing bullish. And that's kind of what it's looking like it's doing right now, like kind of this part right here. So yo, it's interesting to see. Yeah, it's kind of looking like it's failing the higher low, but it depends. Here these lows are kind of an SMT. I mean, not really an SMT, but a clear difference in strength. So this indication here where we failed the higher low. So let me see if I can do this more efficiently. I haven't really used my drawing tablet. Oh shit, my drawing tablet in a long time. Let me see if I can do it. So what I'm talking about is here. Let me see. These lows and these lows. Like it's a clear difference in how sharp. Like, bro, what is wrong with my tablet? Like clear difference in how sharp it is. Here is kind of slower, and here is way more sharper. So this is kind of an indication of strength that we reached almost back in Asian highs. And here, this thing alone to me would mean we're probably gonna fail somewhere here, or from somewhere within the range. So we might not need to come for that Asian high, so we can. But I would say that this right here, these lows and these lows, kind of show me that we're more likely to react from within the range here, rather than coming from Asian highs and then reacting. But yeah, it's an interesting case. I'm curious what was bias here. I mean, bias was bullish in this case. Now bias is bearish, so it's definitely still more likely to fail. Here we were in bullish bias. Yeah, we're gonna see. But for now, it's definitely rejecting bullish. You have gap up on DAX. Where do you mean? What time frame? Oh, let me see. Oh fuck. Okay. I mean, there's gaps here. It's kind of same if you mean around here or here maybe. I mean this maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I still think the DAX, the pair that we're looking at today, is weaker. So it's more likely to be bearish compared to this one, I would say, because of this first, and just because of how range looks. They look kind of similar, and the fact that we pulled back way lower. We're gonna see. So we're probably gonna hold over actually from here. I don't really see a reason why we would go higher than this. It does look weird, the price action does look weird, but I don't really see a reason. I mean, I still think the sell side should be draw, probably. Why we're reacting is because it's just some structure around here. I would still say we're drawn lower, no matter what. We have this, but I wouldn't really consider it. It's just slowing down for now because we're reaching a bit of high resistance prices. And from within the range overall, we're kind of low. But it does depend. I'm not saying it's impossible to happen. I would just say that it's more likely to go lower. Here we have a pretty strong high. This is one of the patterns that I trade a lot of time, which is the triple top or fractal high, I call it, but it's basically just not a triple top, a head and shoulder. It's just a head and shoulder. These are very strong structural points in the market. So this adds confluence as a potential lower high. These triple tops or whatever head and shoulder are usually very pivotal price points in price. So in this case, in structure, this would be in a lower high. Or if we break, then we might switch. But we have to see. Euro still chilling, still looking pretty decent. The range doesn't look, this would be a danger zone, so this 50-minute gap here would be a danger zone, so I might want to wait for it to get displaced before thinking to buy this one. Oh yeah, we're kind of melting, so it has the potential to change. Bro, I can't speak, bro, I'm too tired. It has the potential of going lower from this wick because again, this is a very strong point in structure. So failing lower and reaching for CPI maybe tomorrow in this, because this for me is still a very good draw, but I don't know if we have the power to reach into it because this structure is kind of protecting that level. So what would have power is definitely going to be CPI. That's the thing, because it's a lot of orders in here, so it's very likely that price will just keep on holding those orders lower. That's kind of the scenario I'm being careful at. I don't really want to be buying if I don't have necessary confluence, because there is a big blocking orders here. It would be nice to have order flow like here. We would have seen like a lot of orders staying here. So basically I think we had some, let me see, we had some sort of news on London, not on London, on Friday. Bro, I can't speak, I'm too fucking tired. Let's see. Bro, what am I doing? Let's see, what day was this? 11 July. We didn't have, but we did form that very weird point. We're gonna see what he do. But we're gonna watch DAX for now because it's kind of has the most potential of giving a setup. If we break nicely, I do like that range is balanced here, so we don't really have like a lot of strength in our way. If this FVG wouldn't been mitigated, I probably wouldn't have shorted from there. And I think London low sweep doesn't really matter here because this low is kind of what matters. We'll see what they do. Already came to area, but I definitely want to see a bigger sweep of sell side. I would want to see price pull back deeper, but it's not. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't happen, but I would like to see it. We'll see. But gold is already gone. Maybe we're gonna get like a very late PM session again. Maybe we reach back into this for lunchtime and we have PM session set up lower, but I don't know, because this is drone liquidity getting reached right now, so it will kind of fuck the trade idea up. That our drone liquidity gets reached, we don't really have reason to target lower, so our trade idea gets fucked. But it's still fine. This one ended up running. Yeah, our idea didn't get tapped in, but it was a demo anyways. But just the idea of going lower. We can also continue higher from here on GU, but it's too. I don't have enough confluence to be taking this trade. Only a 1 hour inverse. That's everything that I have, and we do have we do have a 4 hour. So this can act as second confluence, but I would say we're still likely to reach here, so I'm not sure what to do here. Let me see. We kind of did reach like middle line on London lows here. Let me see something. But there's a clear difference in strength between Euro and GU. Like GU is way weaker. We see that by structure, like here. Euro is definitely stronger, so I mean, we should be looking to buy Euro always. It would make a difference in terms of R. I think like 1 hour at least it would make a difference if we buy Euro compared to buying GU. At least 1 hour always in cases like this. And this looks pretty good here for GU to continue shorts, but yeah, we're probably still not gonna look. I said my criteria for this is gonna be if we break below. So when we're gonna inverse this, if we're gonna inverse, then I have clear sells to be looking lower. Then my sell idea gets validated, but until then, not really. Where it does look good, it does look good. I would like to see some structure that I would normally see in trend switches, like form like a nice low here. That's what would be my optimal scenario and trade on this higher low. Take this first target, TP1, Asian and London highs, and TP2 is gonna be this. It would be a pretty nice trade idea, I'm not gonna lie, because we do have this really nice. Yeah, it would be nice if we get that, but we're gonna see. Still rejecting. Yeah, well, kind of looks bullish, ain't gonna lie. Kind of looks bullish, but it is what it is. Still gonna wait for my setups. I would like equilibrium pullback here, like this. Probably just would make sense. Even if we draw a fib, yeah, it just would make sense here to pull back into equilibrium of the AVG, which is which is this white line. So pulling back into equilibrium would be probably a necessity here, to be honest, because from here we're definitely gonna have the safest or the highest probability area to be trading buys here. But sometimes price does react even without taking sell side. But yeah, this does look good as a bullish range. I kind of haven't traded London continuations for a long time, and this would be nice. With this being like market structure shift, this being raid on liquidity, and this being our POI, which is a 1 hour gap, I'm pretty sure that we reacted off. Yeah, 1 hour gap and maybe a 4 hour. Yeah, so it's almost within a 4 hours. Kind of weird, but I still would think as a valid reason to be buying here. So we do have a valid model here, and we have a big gap and an inverse. So yeah, it will make sense to be valid. It's just about this. That is the kind of only iffy thing, because it's a very strong wick. Are we gonna have? Yeah, it's kind of high resistance. That's probably the proper way to call it. It's high resistance. But since it's already got mitigated twice here, it might not be as high resistance. Now it kind of loses relevance. We're gonna see. But yeah, this is kind of cock block, so I'm not sure about this. It doesn't look necessarily like a dangerous area. It just looks like the area where we kind of validated bearish trend. So this is like internal structure, if you think about it, because again, it's just bullish structure. Then we break, and now this can potentially be a hold lower, but this is internal. This is internal bearish trend, and this is external. Basically, this range. Why this is a dangerous spot is because where bearish intention started. We're making a bullish SMT. Yeah. I mean, wait, what? Are you meaning this lows? At 50-minute AVG. This one? Are you mean these lows? No, these lows. You mean this with this? Yeah. It's like even now it's clear that G was weaker than. Now we're getting an SMT to confirm that G was weaker than Euro. Euro is way more bullish. We're getting an SMT on the lows. So it's clear that we want to be buying Euro, not G. It's pretty clear that we want to do that, and we do have this big ass gap that we don't really have. Like comparing in size, Euro gap is so big, and G was like Euro gap is small and G gap is very big. That's why G was better for shorts, way better for shorts, and Euro way better for buys. But it would be a great idea. But I still want to see this low swept. If it doesn't sweep them, it's clearly a no trade for me. It's way too risky. I would like to see this mitigated actually, and we hold. This can also be a decent scalp if you're like a lower time frame trader, maybe. but it's printing this. Yeah. Yeah, the pretty bullish rejection, but way too risky. If we react now and if we start going bullish now, it's way more likely that we're gonna come for this and then reverse towards the Asian lows, and this is gonna be New York as a retracement. I've seen this so many times also. Like when New York does the reverse, we do trade New York reversal, but New York is gonna be a retracement. And then next day we continue bullish, which would make a lot of sense. Drawing towards this as CPI target, it would make a lot of sense having this CPI target and us opening the day tomorrow here to just have an easy way to deliver higher, and then CPI just wicks into this buy side. So I'm looking to buy you. Me too, bro, but for me it's too early to buy now. I want to see a deeper pullback. I want to see kind of around here. That's what I'm waiting for, but it's gonna be interesting. So what are we gonna print? Are we gonna continue London's range for New York, or yeah, what are we exactly gonna do? Are we continue London's range like this, or are we gonna reverse for New York? That's kind of my idea. Either one of two. If we draw higher now, it's more likely that we're gonna reverse for the rest of New York and having a pretty big sell-off towards targeting the sell side. If we come lower now, it's more likely that we're gonna be bullish for the rest of New York and make a continuation. That's kind of my idea, but we're gonna see what it do. What it does do. And you probably not. Oh, okay, we're breaking on DAX. Let's see. We're breaking now. I would be a bit more confident in taking the short, I would say, but again, it has to close. It has to close. It has to close pretty strongly here, otherwise I'm not gonna force this trade to R and 3R. Oh my god, so sleepy, bro. But I'm not sure I want to take this though. I would want to see how the 5-minute forms. It does look like a good change in trend, and we did inverse, but I do want to see the 5-minute here. It looks like a good start. It just has to follow up. Otherwise, I'm not gonna take it. It has to follow to make a pretty strong gap here for me to take this. And you'll reach back into that. Oh, so sleepy, bruh. I need rest. I need to stop doing this shit. I need to sleep properly. It's gonna affect my trading sooner or later if I don't sleep. But yeah, this looks like a good start. It just has to follow up, but this is not looking. It's not looking necessarily promising, I would say. Again, bro, only bullish rejections we got today on DAX. I was waiting for so many bearish entries and they all got rejected. Like, come on, bro. This would have been nice here to close lower and take the trade, but it is what it is. And not only did we reject this low, we also rejected the 5-minute FVG. So this is again a really massive bullish sign, because look at the body. It didn't even close. It closed above both of the confluences, the low and the FVG. So this is very bullish close. Oh my god, it's like the third rejected entry that we wanted to wait for, but it is what it is. We're waiting for what we want. We don't really want to be forcing anything. If it does provide the things I'm looking for, I'm gonna enter. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is one thing again, as a that shifted in my mindset compared to what I was doing when I was a beginner. When I was a beginner, I used to force things and kind of force what I want to see on the market. Now I'm just waiting for the proper setup to come to me. So it's like a different way of doing things. Instead of forcing the market to do what it wants, you wait for what you want from the market, if that makes sense. If there's no trades for the next 2 weeks, I gotta be fine with that, right? And I gotta not lose trust in my strategy and in my edge. I know what I'm doing here is good, so it's just about flowing with my intuition right now. If my intuition says that these trades are bullshit or are risky, I'm not gonna take them. As simple as that. So we're gonna see. This is very bullish rejection. It's getting confirmed by price. Let's see euro. Is euro gonna buy or is euro gonna hold? It did hold this gap pretty well. This is a nice wick that we got. It's a nice inspection here. It's just up to is this gonna hold higher and break this 50-minute or not? I would say probably not, because the sell set is still intact. But it does depend. Now it's crucial. If we go higher, we're gonna reverse for the rest of New York, making this trade not valid for me. I wouldn't really trade reversals of Asian highs, but it makes that scenario way more probable to happen. If we break lower now and we reach into sell set, we're gonna have a valid trade. That's pretty much. Geo might be buying still, but yeah. I don't want to be buying the weakest pair. This also affected me a lot of times, bro. Like the same trade idea, I would end up choosing the worst pair for my idea. So in this case, buying on GU, my setup would have ended up failing, and the setup I avoided, which would have been euro, would have worked. I don't know what I said, but yeah. I used to always choose the wrong pair in terms of strength suitable for my idea, and it always ended up punishing me for that. So saying that, I would buy here on GU. Let's say I target this high, and I would buy now on euro, and I would target this high. I would choose GU. The GU trade would have ended up doing something like this, then reverse on my ass, and euro trade ended up working. Because of strength and choosing the proper pair for your idea. So I'm not doing that again. I learned it too many times. But this can look yeah, I'm gonna demo this. This looks like a good demo buy. But we don't have lot size, bro. I don't know what is up with this. Why my euro has shit lot size. What is units? P value risk. Oh shit. It's fine. I don't really care. But still, we can't be buying this. It's too early, it's too risky. For a demo, yes, I always trade demos on the trades that I don't find worthy to take on the live, just to see if they would have worked out. This looks like a good gap inspection, but yeah, it's definitely too risky for actually putting money on this trade. On the demo, it's fine, or if you have like a smaller account, I would say. If I would have, like, my account now is 50k, if I would have a 6k just to play around with, probably I would take trades like this, but they're just stupid. They're just more likely to fail, basically. So basically I'm using demo to trade lower probability setups. But we're gonna see, the setup still looks nice if we come here. Okay, now DAX ended up breaking. Now we're getting a break. I just don't know if I wanna be trading it. Depends how we form this gap, but I wouldn't really be willing to just keep trailing my entry. Like, I would have wanted to see a better entry, but we're gonna see. We get most 2 are on the second target, so I don't think I'm liking this. It's kind of choppy again. Like today we only have, like, it's very visible that we're having a low probability day, because the entries and the displacement we got were very choppy today. Very choppy. Like even here, I mean, this is decent, but still, like, very choppy price action for my liking. Now it's also important, so we're gonna use this and this to determine what's gonna happen. We're gonna use DXY also. I forgot about DXY. So DXY, for us to be bullish on euro, which is our idea, we gotta see DXY being bearish. And it's kind of looking bullish for me, but we're gonna see how we behave. If we inverse this, then that means euro is gonna go bearish. If we inverse this zone on DXY, so we're gonna see. Or to validate our idea, it would mean us breaking this low pretty much. That would confirm us going lower. and we're almost reaching into that. But I would like to see some more structured form. I would like to time my entry with Silver Bullet, to be honest, meaning like 1 hour from now. Silver Bullet is really good for reversals, and in this case, looking at short-term price action and how what New York did on open, it can be a really nice timing for that reversal, meaning we form that low that I said and then start breaking. We're gonna see, but I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy, and yeah. So look, like this is just garbage. Like this keeps getting rejected. We're pretty much bullish at this point. We keep rejecting the bearish entry. It's like the fourth time in a row that we're rejecting the entry. Yeah, this would have worked. We're gonna delete it because RTP gets hit. Even for a demo, it's worth having proper habits always. Like even for a demo, if my TP gets hit, I'm gonna delete the order. It doesn't matter. So the same habits that I use on my trading. But yeah, it looks pretty strong. It looks pretty strong, and I was right on this 50-minute FVG being dangerous because we end up just massively displacing off it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna give it time. I'm gonna go smoke for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna be back. Okay, we're looking decent. We're ejected pretty well, so we'll see. We're gonna see, but the bearish part of the range still looks pretty impulsive, so this looks better because it's a bit more impulsive lower time frame, but I still think we should be buying euro. DAX still slow. Maybe if we give another confluence like equilibrium, maybe. We're gonna see, but it's slow. It's definitely not something I would trade. I no displacement whatsoever on the 5 minute. We see no gaps at all, so that's not a great sign. We don't want to be trading displacements like this. We're gonna see what it do. I'll probably like to see again like a bigger swing and then be trading it. Probably this, or maybe depending on how we break here, if we do. Oh, patience. Too sleepy to have energy. I'm sorry for that. I need to sleep more. This day, first day of the week, kind of choppy start. I'm not gonna lie. Like not only with the market, but how I started. I should have always like sleep. Like sleep is important. If you don't have sleep, you're not able to focus. If you're not focusing on your full potential, your intuition is not gonna flow at the same potential. And if intuition is not gonna flow at the maximum potential, you're not gonna make the best decision possible. So it's all about like maximizing potential. To be honest, that's how I see always. I've seen my trading as maximizing potential, not choosing the quickest way to make money, but choosing the way that fulfills every single bit of your potential. If I have the potential to be trading 7 models, I want to reach a point where I'm able to do that. I'm not gonna settle with trading only one strategy because that's the quickest way to success. I still prefer trading at my full potential, which right now is by trading 5, 6, 7, 8 models. That's how my full potential is getting reflected, and that's what always has been my goal. That's why it maybe took longer than it should have been, yes, but that was not my goal anyway. My goal was being the best I can, to be honest. That's fine. Some people might not choose that, but I will. Pre-bearish at euro, actually there's a kind of subtle switch in momentum between. I would like here, actually this would be pretty decent to short if we inverse, and now we're building that fractal high, which will act as pretty good confluence for me to take this short. So it would be nice if we inverse. Looking to target overall, I think, where was our draw? This probably. So looking to draw towards, bro, there's so many zones I'm not understanding anything. So meaning we can target basically this low. If we inverse, the idea is not very big. That's kind of what sucks. The idea is not very big, but you should be fine. I just wanted to stick to my word of trading New York and streaming New York, to be honest, because I said that in today's stream that I'm gonna stick to this routine no matter what happens, and I'm doing it. The only thing is I haven't recorded London session. That's kind of what sucks, but yeah, we're gonna see. kind of looks like it's holding bullish also. I'm gonna try my best not to fall asleep at the desk. To be honest, that's what I'm trying my best to do right now, and at the same moment make the best decisions. But yeah, we can't trade. We cannot be trading buys here. Not really. They can work, but I wouldn't prefer to be trading it necessarily. Or at least if you want to, we need to see this get inversed. This 50-minute, but yeah. Fuck, bro. We do have nice buy side here, but bro, fuck, bro. I'm struggling not to fall asleep, to be honest. I need to go outside, otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep, to be honest. I'm gonna try my best and keep the stream as long as I can, but probably gonna crash out of because of sleep soon. Not gonna lie, but yeah. I need to go outside, bro. Oh my god, bro. See what we're gonna do. But we're still holding, bruh. I don't know. Bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna stay a bit in bed. Like, I'm generally so fucking tired. I'm gonna keep the stream going and I'm gonna try my best and still monitor this, but I cannot be active on the PC because I'm gonna fall asleep at the PC. So sadly, my mistake for today was I didn't get enough sleep, but I'm gonna still give my best and keep staying here even I don't know how, but I'm gonna try my best, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna kind of look, I'm gonna mute, I'm gonna stay in bed, I'm gonna kind of watch if there's gonna be anything. I'm probably gonna, yeah, update you, but I cannot, I'm sorry, I cannot be present at the PC right now. I'm really too tired to be doing that shit. god, bro. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open, but yeah, we're looking like we're breaking. Euro started breaking higher. I would still want to see a bigger swing and we get an extra confluence probably around this big ass gap. I wouldn't probably enter straight off this. Hi, bro. Hi. Welcome to the stream. We'll see. DAX can still break lower. GU can be valid of looking to buys because we do have 4 hour, which is one confluence, and second being 1 hour here, but we're gonna see what it does here. Euro's definitely too early to be thinking entries. Definitely too early. But it does look like a good gap, at least for starters. Bro, I don't know if it's worth pushing, to be honest. Like, I think it's just better for me not to trade today. But this does look like a good gap, though. Like this. But targeting is pretty small. We only can target this, maybe Asian highs as well. This is probably the most I would look at. I mean, this is looking good. I am not gonna lie. This is looking pretty good to target those Asian highs. I do see this structure a lot of times, and I would probably prefer GU is looking like a stronger lower time frame than Euro right now. So I would probably be fine with making the switch here, but yeah, I do kind of like this setup here. I might actually be taking this. I do like how the break looks, and we do have higher time frame aligned. It's just a matter of adaptation a bit, because I do wanted to see this new week opening gap get taken before we start being bullish, but we didn't. We still have a 4 hour AVG coupled with SOSA liquidity rate and an inverse. It's enough for me to look for buys. We gotta be slightly careful at Asian highs here. I think it's fine. For me, this looks like a pattern that usually holds, but we gotta see. I don't know if I would take it like straight off the bat right now, but we'll see. Depending on how we behave, I would probably have like 2R on the high, and it should be a simple trade. But I wouldn't really wanna like or execute here if we close like this. I mean, it's not a bad close, to be honest. But I don't know if I'm in the state of being so sleepy. I don't know if I'm in the state of taking like good decisions, but probably gonna wait for some 1 minute price action to kind of validate my entry here, because I mean, it's kind of rejecting the high, so we're kind of back to being bearish in theory. Like thinking about what the 3 minute says here, we're I mean, I would probably mark it here. I don't know if I'm in the space of calling a decision, but I'm gonna try my best. Kinda wanna see. Can I do a sell limit here? Oh shit. Probably gonna, no, I missed it, bruh. But I'm gonna probably do it. What did I do? What am I doing? What lot size do I have? It's fine. Why don't I see my execution? Hello? Bruh. What's happening? I mean, here I'm kind of refining my entry. I do believe we're gonna go high. We're gonna see. Like, to be honest, we're gonna see. If I end up being wrong, it's most likely because I'm too sleepy to be taking right decisions. That can also be a case. And if that's the case, I'm gonna take my L happy. But right now, this is what I can do with the focus I have. I think is gonna go like it's more like a 1 minute entry. We did take like the thing is, yeah, 50 minute didn't close, but we did take this. We did close on the 1 minute above it, but I don't know if that's, yeah. I don't know what am I doing. I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. It's just that, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why my order is not visible here though. Why is my order not visible on MetaTrader? Meta. I don't know why it's not visible. I do want to see where I executed, but it's not visible for some reason. But that's fine, I guess. Our stop loss is around here, 134,700. I think this trade is actually fine. It's just that I'm a bit sleepy. That's kind of what makes it weird, if it makes sense. Probably this 135044. Yeah, GUI is the weaker pair. Why can I let, bruh? Why can't I do this? We're gonna see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care about results at this point. I do think I plan for being bullish on GG's Canon, on Geo's Canon adaptation play, more like it. But it's still valid for me to take. I'm still respecting my rules. My intuition says it's fine, I guess. It might be. Wait, let me see. Bro, why doesn't it let me? I'm gonna do it on my phone. Fuck this shit, bro. I don't know why it doesn't let me set a stop loss. And I don't know why there's no, like, I can see my buy limit line. But whatever, bro. I think this trade is fine. I'm confident in this more. Mostly. 134,700. 134,700. And bro, what the fuck? Bro, I bought AUD USD. Fuck, bro. Bro, what am I doing, bro? I bought AUD USD. I was like, bro, what is happening? Why is my trade not like G was going high now? Bro, like, sleep. Don't be sleepy. Don't trade while you're sleepy. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Why is my order not showing? It was because it was on fucking AU. Okay, it was on other pair, bro. What am I doing? Jesus Christ. Bro, like, come on. Maybe I shouldn't be trading while sleepy like this, but I'm gonna take it as a lesson, even if I end up losing this day. I still think the trade is fine even if I'm sleepy, but I just took like I just took like a 0-3 loss because I fucking bought on the wrong pair. Okay, 134,920. Bro, I'm so stupid, bro. Sometimes I'm so smart, but I'm so stupid at the same time. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. 2 are on the high. We're gonna see. And we did mitigate that 3 minutes as well, but we did reject. So I don't know if it isn't necessarily a good decision, but we're gonna be seeing. Like, I think it would have been better for me just to sit on the bench because I'm too sleepy to be able to be focused and for intuition to flow, to be honest. But yeah, maybe this rejection wasn't good. I don't know. I'm gonna let it. If it's a full loss, it's a full loss. Like, at this point, I don't know. I probably shouldn't be trading sleepy, because sleep doesn't they kind of takes away intuition, to be honest. But at this point, I'm just gonna let it run. If it fails, it fails. But I feel like higher time frame is fine. The only thing that it's iffy, it's a bit like 50-minute how we close. We should have probably waited for the candle to close above 1-3. So sleepy, I cannot fucking read. 1-3. Nu știu cât vine. 1-3. 580 kind of here. Oh, I can work, yes. I like 2R on the side. Asian highs. I don't know if it's gonna work again. I don't really have the focus to be trading right now. I probably should have just taken the day off. I should have probably just taken the day off, but at this point, we're just gonna sit through it. If it's a loss, I deserve it. If it's not, it's not. But yeah, don't trade if you lack sleep. I'm gonna give you that advice right now. For me, this is a trade I'm generally confident in, even if this didn't fully close properly. I'm still kind of confident in the trade, but it still ends up to the market behaving. We're gonna see. It matters how we behave to the inverse, if it goes back above or not. But I don't, yeah. This is gonna be a negotiable level if we reach it. So meaning, depending on how price behaves, we're gonna manage the trade. If we get a bearish entry pattern from this, we probably have to take some partials. Otherwise, I'm looking to target the Asian highs. Entry slightly overextended, maybe could have been taken on the 3-minute, which is one gap lower, which would have allowed for better R, but I did like this 1 minute here, so it is what it is. I think it's fine. Not really in the best place in terms of focus, how much I can focus today, but it will be fine. God, don't do what I'm doing. Don't do this at home. But let's see if it works. I'm curious at this point. But it should be fine, generally. Yeah. Don't do like me. Not great, but it's too early to kind of make an impression of the trade. Maybe scaling in also. But I do want to see this keep holding higher. I mean, I'm following my plan. It's just I don't know if my intuition can skip this trade or not. Like if I would take this at full focus also. That's kind of what it is. But yeah. Like the trade is okay. It's valid on my strategy. It's valid on everything. It's just that, yeah. We're gonna see. For now, we should hold. Like the displacement looks good. Like everything kind of looks good. We should be fine. Entry slightly overextended. It doesn't really matter that much. It would have been better, but yeah. If I would be maybe full focus, maybe I would have taken it like here. But the trade overall should be fine. Where I need to focus again is gonna be if we reach this high and when we reach it. I need to pay a lot of attention on how we behave, because there is the chance of this trade failing off that high before final TP gets hit. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna manage accordingly. If I see, yeah, I'm gonna manage accordingly basically. The accent drop inverting. So we're probably printing bullish. Euro's a bit slower. Yeah. But we did break higher on lower time frames. Juice started being stronger on lower time frames. Weirdly enough. But for now, this looks okay. Like how we're holding right now, it looks okay. Entry slightly overextended. In terms of R, it would have made some difference, like a 0.5. It's not that big, so I think in a case like this, it is pretty much fine. Okay, we're getting a pretty good reaction as for now. I do like the trade. That was Like even sleepy, I feel like sometimes when you're sleepy, it's when intuition works the best. Sometimes. But it's up to the market. Overall, why I was confident in taking this trade, even though we didn't get a complete closure, is because of this pattern, the fact that we closed above its high here. I didn't really need to see if we close above this, but let's see if I'm right or wrong. I think it's gonna be fine. I do see this pattern a lot, and when this high gets broken and we don't hold it lower, we don't support the move lower and we end up breaking it, it's usually when we actually go kind of strong bullish. But we're gonna see. I want to see this gap form here. As a London continuation, it looks decent, but the only thing that is kind of iffy is that this is a retracement range within overall range, so we're kind of anticipating the trend switch, or at least the temporary trend switch towards taking the high. In terms of confluence, we're likely to do that now because we also have a 4-hour. So in terms of the timing and where we are, it does make sense to be looking at buys here. But we're gonna see. I think it's a fine trade, as I said. I think it's fine, this trade. And it was a matter of adaptation. This London range looks way better for me than Euro. Indeed. Higher time frame or kind of intraday profile, Euro stronger than, or London's range. London was basically stronger on Euro than GU. But I don't know. We're gonna see. If we start failing again off here and we don't hold higher, it's probably doomed. Like we're probably doomed, and we gotta close if we reject the second time above this. But it matters a lot how we behave to this. Not good. Definitely not good. We'll see how the 1 minute prints, but if this doesn't get rejected, I'm probably gonna close. This is a pretty iffy sign. It's not necessarily a great sign how we're rejecting here. Of the highs on the 50 minutes. So I do want to see price support that candle higher soon. If it doesn't, we'll see. But I'm gonna just be cautious, to say the least. Cautious to say the least. For now it's still fine, but we gotta see what to do next. It's also the 5 minute gap, which is here. So we should be holding this higher. If it gets inverse, it's pretty much doomed. Yeah. We're pretty much screwed, but I'm still gonna wait. It rejected really bad off this 50 minute here at the top of the candle, so I'm probably gonna be closing soon. I think what I wasn't able to decide, because I'm lacking sleep, is whether I should take the trade with this rejecting on the 50 minute here. Probably the answer is no. At this point, it's probably gonna lose. And yeah, this is why you cannot ever be consistently profitable if you're not having a proper consistent routine. You can never be consistently profitable if you don't have sleep. If one day you're well rested and the second one you're not. Like you can never be. And that's fine. I should have probably just took the day off because of sleep, but yeah, we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna wait and see back in here how we behave. Because if it does reject the 5 minute, like this is good. But we'll see. Because this is our 5 minute FVG, so if it respects, the trade still stands. But yeah. Should probably not be trading in the state I am, like mentally, in terms of focus. It's a good start, to say the least. Entry should have definitely been on the 5 minute though. It does make a difference in our 2.5 instead of a 2. It does make a difference long term, but again, just lack of focus. And 1 minute is not that bad either. We're gonna see, but yeah, the trade should be fine though. So even with this rejection, like this candle alone is very important because we rejected a gap lower and we ended up respecting the 5 minute AVG, which makes it more likely that we actually continue and inverse this 50 minute. But I don't know. We have to see. This looks like a really good breakaway inverse on the lower time frames here, or maybe potentially retest, but it kind of looks like a breakaway more than not. You see. I'm curious if Euro carries on with, yeah, Euro's weaker, way weaker than GU. I'm curious if it's this switch in deciding at the start of the session. I said I'm not gonna buy GU because it's weaker, like intraday profile than Euro, but it ended up switching in strength here on lower time frame or in New York. So I'm curious if that ends up being a good idea or not. But yeah. Kind of consolidating for now. We're probably still gonna have volatility. We're opening silver bullet really soon, so that's where I'm really expecting silver bullet. I mean, expecting volatility to kind of step in the market, since today it's a more low probability week, or today is a more low probability day. It's usually in silver bullet when we get most of the volatility of a day's worth, if that makes sense. At this point, we should be breaking higher. I mean, we should break higher on this leg soon, but it does depend. It looks like we're initiating exactly in silver bullet timing. We just swept sell side, we tapped the 5 minute, and easy continuations higher, but it does depend to what the market is gonna do at the end of the day. We do have, if you look at microstructure, or if you look at 1 minute order flow, we do have this, which is kind of more of what I'm expecting to hold rather than this. This looks like a breakaway. So at this point, this should hold higher towards this. These gaps sometimes are really nice to see on the 1 minute. I'm curious if it's gonna hold or not. Let's see. Probably will. I mean, again, this inverse should hold towards the high. That's kind of what I'm predicting. Da, da. M-a ajutat foarte mult să capăt experiența. Așa nu, cu chestiile legate de profit și așa nu mă întreabă. Chiar mă ajută să capăt experiența, adică foarte multă experiență am căpătat din cauza că am făcut chestia asta. Mai ales că numai pe contul ăsta am 200 de tranzacții, adică gândește să te uiți la 200 de tranzacții. Cum îți dau play, te ajută foarte mult în termen de experiență. Chiar dacă câteodată au fost dăți când din cauza că mă uit la trade am făcut decizii proaste, acum nu prea mai... Adică m-am obișnuit să văd profitul că fuge și așa mai departe. Nu prea mai e o problemă psihologic vorbind. Dar da, mă uit. Nu e necesar pentru majoritatea, nu e necesar pentru nimeni, dar mie pur și simplu îmi place să fac. Îmi place să mă uit la price action de pe un minut. Sincer, da, te poate consuma energia. Adică mai ales au fost trade-uri în care am stat și m-am uitat, de exemplu, 2 ore la o consolidare să facă preț așa. Îi și de genul. Depinde, na. Mie pur și simplu îmi place, eu de asta o că îmi place. Nu e necesar, nu trebuie să o facă, dar eu fac că îmi place. Cam aia e tot. Adică mulți au de să set and forget, adică intră în trade și după aia nu se mai uită ori stop loss, ori TP și ăla îi. Dar mie chiar îmi place să mă uit. Tot ar trebui să țină asta. So she'll hold this. Or we come back for this. Our entry should have been here, not here, but that's fine. I don't really like how we're rejecting, but I think it's still too early to be kind of making a decision. Price is definitely consolidating. 5 minutes, it's always confirming when we have a consolidation, and it's when we don't have any gaps formed in recent price action. So since we took the trade in basically 1638, from here we basically just consolidated. We didn't do anything, so now I want to see how we're behaving here on this 1 minute, small 1 minute. It's still too early. Again, the entry might be troll because of this close on the 50 minute that we didn't fully close. Even though on the 1 minute we closed properly, it might be a bit troll. I'm not gonna cap because of that. But if we get it in like signs, I'm probably gonna close. YouTube. Primul an m-am uitat mult la YouTube și după aia nu m-am uitat. Tot ce am învățat din trading a fost din backtest și din experiența pe care am eu. Din studiile pe care le am, din faptul că m-am uitat la piață și așa mai departe, din faptul că stau și mă uit la tranzacțiile pe care le iau din chestiile de genul. Dar asta probabil o să fie un dus. Cam de acolo au plecat. Adică primul an am studiat concepte, după am luat conceptele și le-am pus într-o strategie, le-am aplicat pe backtest și de atunci nu m-am uitat prima la nimic, la concepte și la așa mai departe, din primul an de tranzacții. Da, vedem. Ăsta nu e neapărat cel mai bun semn, aș zice că îmi prea place, dar din nou cred că asta a fost motivul pe care poate l-aș fi văzut dacă eram un pic mai focusat, dar asta este, o să-mi iau luzul cu mândrie cumva, asta este, am greșit, dacă o să fie luz, o să fie luz, probabil pe candle ăsta dacă mai dă un retrace să mă uit să închid, dar cred că a fost troll doar din cauza asta, pur și simplu. Dar asta este, o să-mi asum aia, o să-mi asum faptul că n-am dormit și faptul că din cauza asta, ce mai probabil, am intrat în trade prost, dar it is what it is. Poate ar fi trebuit să ies la break-even, dar nu știu, vezi, asta e că nu sunt spațiu necesar încât să-mi pot da seama dacă iau decizia corectă sau nu. Aia e problema, că nu pot să-mi dau focus destul de mult încât să-mi dau seama dacă asta e decizia corectă sau nu. Dar, nici nu știu sincer. Vreau să văd, vreau să mă aștept un pic să văd. Și aia e cam nașpa, nu cred că trebuie asta. Bă, nu prea pasă, eu acum vreau să închid trade, nu prea pasă de balanță. Adică nimic din ce fac, nu fac bazat pe balanță. Păi aia e pentru că nu știu dacă trade-ul e ok. Și nu pot să mă focusez să-mi dau seama dacă este un trade în care aș avea încredere sau nu. Și dacă nu pot să-mi dau focus, chestia asta o să mă influențeze orice face prețul. Pentru că în momentul actual nu pot să-mi dau seama dacă ăsta e un trade în care ar trebui să fiu sau nu ar trebui să fiu. Chiar valid pe reguli, da, 100% e. Valid pe reguli îi. Dar chestia asta, close-ul ăsta, nu pot să-mi dau seama dacă eu trebuia să intru în trade sau nu trebuia să intru în trade. Din cauza de la close-ul ăsta aici. asta e o decizie pe care intuiția ar fi luată și intuiția nu poate să funcționeze dacă n-am somn suficient. Bă, da, o să mai aștept puțin. Să poate e mai forgiving să văd dacă pot să ies un pic mai deep un pullback pe aici. Adică acum măcar o să-mi ies cu protocolul meu de ieșire. Adică dacă îs în trade, chiar dacă nu știu dacă trade-ul e bun sau nu, o să-mi aștept protocolul de ieșire și să ies, că e cel mai bun moment să ies, să nu ies emoțional, indiferent dacă trade-ul e pro sau nu. Aia, cam aia o să fac asta. Adică nu o să ies acum, pentru că am făcut asta de multe ori. Am făcut de asta de multe ori în trade-uri de genul ăsta, am ieșit pentru că bă, nu trebuia să fiu în el și după aceea trade-ul a început să meargă. Și dacă aș fi manageriat, cum ar veni, chiar dacă mi-aș fi asumat, băi, un trade prost, dar hai să-l manageriez cât de bine pot, atunci ar fi reușit să fac diferența. Dar, da, nu zic că ce zici nu e bine, dar aici totul vine de la focus astăzi. Adică, cum am zis, nu pot să-mi dau seama dacă ar trebui să fiu sau nu în trade-ul ăsta și atunci cumva te face nesigur pe faptul, bă, îl țin, bă, nu-l țin, bă, să ies, să nu ies. Păi intuiția își dă seama dacă ăsta ar trebui să fie un motiv pentru care să sar peste tranzacție sau să țin tranzacția. Sau să intru în tranzacție. Cam aia e chestia. Și acum, pentru că nu pot să mă concentrez, nu-mi dau seama dacă ăsta e motiv pentru care ar fi trebuit să sar peste trade sau nu. Sau ar fi trebuit să fiu încă în trade. Chestia asta verde aici. E o confluență care cumva ține de context și care numai intuiția putea să-și dea seama, bă, asta e foarte rea, sar peste 3 sau asta n-ai nicio treabă, ține. Și nu poate să funcționeze acum, că n-am somn destul să decidă. Cam așa, adică din ce m-am înțeles eu și cum funcționează mie edge-ul, cam așa e chestia aici. Dar o să mă iau pe trade management, acum deja o să încep să mă uit dacă depinde cum prețul se comportă. Adică acum am intrat în el, asta este, mi-asum decizia, dar și o să încerc să-i dau manage cât de bine pot, indiferent care e rezultatul trade-ului. Indiferent. Asta nu e un close bun. Dar nu alerg marketul, nu are nicio treabă cu alergatul marketului. Eu cu intrarea sunt mulțumit, dar nu știu din nou. Ți-am explicat că totul se învârte la o chestie pe care intuiția ar fi trebuit să o decidă. Faptul că, bă, îi trade-ul prea riscant să-l iei sau nu e prea riscant. Trade-ul e valid. Trade-ul e valid, clar e valid, pentru că eu nu intru în trade-uri care nu sunt valide. Doar că e o chestie pe care intuiția trebuia să o decidă, bă, e prea riscant, sar peste trade-ul ăsta sau e ok, poți să ignori chestia asta. Adică nu știu cum să explic mai mult de atâta, sincer. Acum o să mă uit aici să văd pe gap-ul ăsta, că cam aici începe să se prezinte exit protocolul meu. Depinzând cum facem cu gap-ul ăsta, ce facem cu el. Măcar, din nou, dacă e o decizie proastă, stau pe business, că, adică nu o să stau pe business, când dracu, ce vorbesc. Asta e o chestie pe care intuiția ar fi trebuit să-și dea seama. Dar eu am decis cumva să, nici nu știu să-ți explic, sincer. Dar nu e o problemă emoțională la ora actuală, e pur și simplu o problemă, o decizie pe care intuiția trebuia să o facă și intuiția nu poate să fie aici, din cauza că n-am somn suficient și nu pot să-mi dau focus suficient. Și de obicei edge-ul meu și toată profitabilitatea mea stă în intuiție, deci cel mai probabil dacă trebuia pur și simplu să nu mai tranzacționez azi. Dar acum asta e, poate am un lac să iau măcar un break-even. Gap-ul a închis, deci mie mi-a închis exit protocolul, momentan nu pot să ies din trade. Normal aici trebuia să văd un game momentan. Asta cam arată că încă există șanse să ținem în sus. Dar nu, na, după cum respinge, nu e foarte bine. Și ăsta pot să-l duc la low, că aici era normal, la 500, la 1%. Normal, na, cam asta e. Cam asta e singurul lucru ifi. Dar în teorie, în mod normal, da, e o chestie cam nașpa. Pe un minut o închis deasupra. Eu da retest, probabil aici trebuia să aștept confirmare, nici nu știu să zic, sincer. Vezi, nu știu să zic dacă din nou era o chestie pe care trebuia să o fac sau nu. Dar asta este, o să-mi asum și orice se întâmplă o să-mi asum, adică și dacă o să fie dacă o să fie lose și o să fi luat, înseamnă că am luat decizia proastă de a intra în trade-ul ăsta, nici nu știu cum să explic, nu o să stau să-mi bag capul, asta este. Intrări impulsive, ok, n-am intrări impulsive, bro. Adică la acum, sincer, la entry-uri chiar nu prea pot să-mi ții predică. Adică la cât de multe entry-uri bune am avut și cum știu să iau entry-uri acolo, chiar o să te opresc din a zice chestiile astea. Da. Dar vezi că eu fac exact exact opus acum. Tu vorbești ca și cum eu aș avea probleme psihologice, dar n-ai, nu, bro. În fine, nu prea are rost să stau să încerc să mă justific și să încerc să-ți explic cum îs în realitate lucrurile din perspectiva mea, pentru că până la urmă tu oricum, în fine, n-are rost, e o bătaie de păreri cumva și o bătaie pe o chestie subiectivă pe care realistic numai eu o pot înțelege. Adică asta așa funcționează trading-ul, tu ajungi să tragi niște concluzii fără să știi de fapt cum e la bază, că n-ai cum niciodată să presupui sau să înțelegi cum gândesc eu când vine vorba de trading și cum stau eu mental când vine vorba de trading. Dar nu o iau ca pe o critică, bro, numai zic că entry-urile mele nu sunt impulsive. Atâta zic. Asta e părerea ta, dar eu asta cred, că entry-urile mele nu sunt impulsive, adică chestiile de acum nu mai sunt probleme psihologice, nu mai sunt pe bază că mă uit la profit sau că am eu vreo treabă psihologică, e pur și simplu de a-mi ține rutina constantă, adică să ai somn constant, să ai execuțiile constante, să ai totul constant. Ăla e singurul lucru pe care mai trebuie să-l fac. Nu mai vine vorba de a-mi fixa psihologia, pentru că deja psihologia unde-i trebuie. N-am forțat trade-ul ăsta, n-am intrat că mi-e frică că pleacă prețul, n-am făcut nicio chestie de asta. Am intrat pentru că pur și simplu am crezut că e un entry bun. Și în continuare cred că e un entry bun, adică nu... Singura chestie pe care n-am încredere e faptul, decizia pe care trebuia să o facă intuiția și care era, din cauza la chestia asta ce s-a întâmplat aici, intri între ei sau sar peste el? E prea risky ca să-l iei sau e ok și intri în el? Aparent e prea risky, dar asta o să fie un lose pur și simplu din faptul că tradingul meu profitabil depinde pe intuiție. Depinde pe flow. Și ca să intri în starea de flow, să-ți dea flow intuiția, să ia cele mai bune decizii, trebuie să ai somn. Adică e baza bazelor. Trebuie să ai somn și trebuie să ai focus ca să dai enable la flow, altfel n-ai cum. Și în stadiul în care acum n-am cum să dau flow, să-mi dau seama dacă asta e un motiv pentru care să sar sau nu peste trade. Nu mai vreau să văd, oricum eu o să las. Acum, cum am zis, eu o să-i dau manage, măcar atâta să fac. Chiar dacă nu știu de ideea de a intra în trade, măcar manage-ul să-i dau cât de bine pot. Mersi, păi da, e un stil diferit. E un stil foarte diferit și foarte unic, dar e făcut în jurul a caracterului meu ca persoană. a caracterul meu ca individ. Mie așa știu că merge cel mai bine. E un pic mult mai complicat și un pic mai grea călătoria de a alege să faci, nu știu, să-ți bazezi profitabilitatea pe intuiție, care e ceva atât de nesigur și neînțeles. Dar pentru mine merge, adică, na, eu asta am ales să fac și pe asta o să stau indiferent ce se întâmplă, o să stau pe călătoria asta. Pe calea asta pe care am ales-o, pentru că, na, mi-e făcut în jurul meu. E greu, că trebuie ținut de atâtea chestii constant, aia e cea mai grea parte. Mai ales când tranzacționezi pe mecanic, e simplu, pentru că tot ce trebuie să ții constant sunt regulile pe care le bifezi. Atât. Dacă în tranzacționezi pe intuiție, trebuie să ai somn, trebuie să ai full focus, trebuie să intri în flow, trebuie să te asiguri că nu-ți pasă de profit și nu-ți pasă deloc de rezultate. Chestiile astea trebuie să le ții toate constante. Ba, da. Adică, cum să zic, nici nu știu cum să explic. Am niște reguli pe higher time frame care îmi zic că dacă am două confluențe, atunci intru. Ai cam singura mea regulă și bineînțeles că am niște chestii, dar cum să zic, nu sunt ca niște reguli, sunt ca niște scenarii la care mă uit să se întâmple. De exemplu, în cazul ăsta, mișcarea asta aici sau tranzacția pe care o iau se numește London Continuation. Dacă te uiți aici la profilele mele, uite-l aici. Vezi, e exact același lucru. Adică cumva eu tranzacționez scenarii care îmi plac. Dacă are sens, nu știu cum să explic mai bine. Dar cumva, când mă uit la chart, intuiția îmi dă regulile pentru trade-ul respectiv. De exemplu, în cazul ăsta, vreau să văd că vine prețul peste high ca să-mi iau entry. În alt caz, poate vreau să văd un gap închis peste ca să iau entry. Totul în funcție de ce îmi zice intuiția. Care e lucru de așteptat în momentul actual. Nu știu dacă are sens ce zic. Intuiția cumva îți dă o strategie versatilă sau te lasă să te adaptezi în funcție de contextul actual pe care îl are piața. Dar uite, momentan arătăm bine. Aici dacă închidem peste s-ar putea să mă uit la un scaling aici. Dar nu știu dacă vreau să dau scaling pe un trade de genul ăsta neapărat. Dar în mod normal aș face. În mod normal aș face. Să vedem cum ne comportăm. Momentan suntem la break-even, dar din nou o să dau manage cât de bine pot la trade-ul ăsta și vedem ce se întâmplă. Momentan arată super bine cum am închis peste aici. Și îmi place gap-ul ăsta, dar nu vreau să văd respingeri de genul. Vreau să văd închideri. S-ar putea să fie un scaling, numai nu știu, nu cred că o să vreau să intru, nu o să scalez în trade-ul ăsta. Tocmai din cauza că sunt nesigur de chestia asta, nu o să scalez. O să las să curgă să facă ceva. Approach-ul meu e mecanic, dar nu e super mecanic, adică nu știu, am 20% să zic reguli pe care le respect indiferent de ce se întâmplă și restul e pur și simplu experiență. Restul e ce îmi spune experiența să fac. Cam aia tot. Dar cum am zis și înainte, am niște limite, am niște scenarii pe care îmi place în mod normal să le tranzacționez și cam alea le tranzacționez. Cum e acum London Continuation, ăsta e un scenariu valid pentru mine în care să tranzacționez. Da, o să vedem. Nu e super. Vreau să văd că ține și sparge. Și dacă nu închide prost, o să închid trade-ul. Ce mai probabil. În momentan tot ține zona asta, s-ar putea să ține inversul ăsta, dar depinde. Vreau să-l văd, să lasă curba. Să văd ce face. Na, uite, și acum începe iar să se vadă cumva diferența între euro și GIU. Da. Probabil ar fi fost tot mai bine să așteptăm entry pe euro și să nu ne luăm după schimbarea asta de trend foarte mică pe lower time frame. S-ar fi putut ca aia să fie decizia cea mai bună. O să las încă un pic să curgă. Dacă și aia invers ăsta o să-l închid pentru că prefer să nu tranzacționez în stadiul în care îs pe focus și pe somn. Și nu e cel mai bun trade, ar fi trebuit să mă uit probabil la euro. Dar o să învăț din nou în fiecare zi. Misiunea mea de acum încolo și tot timpul o să fie să rămân cât de constant posibil în viața de zi cu zi ca să îmi permită să-mi fie și execuția constantă. Adică dacă nu ești constant în somn, dacă nu ești constant în rutine, n-ați face analizele și chestiile astea, nu se poate să-ți faci nici execuția niciodată. Adică baza e tot timpul viața ta, ce faci în viața ta și după aia vine execuția. Și cam aia e problema, trebuie să țin chestiile astea cât de constant pot. Adică nu merge într-o zi să dormi 8 ore, să fii super odihnit, să-ți dai full focus în ziua aia, să iei deciziile bune și după aia a doua zi dormi 3 ore și nu ești în stare să-ți dai focus. Adică profitabilitatea constantă trebuie să, adică nu că trebuie, necesită să fii constant în tot ceea ce faci, în execuție constantă. Și intuiția depinde mult și de ce? De starea în care ești, mental, psihologic, depinde mult de focus, de cât de odihnit ești, de multe chestii. De aia e mult mai greu ca o cale normală, dar din nou, nu regret niciodată, nu o să regret niciodată calea pe care am luat-o. Dar da, trebuie ținut tot cât de constant posibil. Asta e realitatea. Aș vrea sincer să ies la break-even. Bă, dar păcat că m-am futut cu ăla pe care, uite, deci asta e super greșeală numai din somn. De lipsă de somn. Am dat bai pe AUD USD în loc să dau pe GBP USD. Dar acum se vede maxim, da, diferența de avânt între GU și euro. Se vede maxim diferența de avânt. Deci până la urmă tot nu, clar, n-am știut chestia asta, adică nu prea am experimentat-o. Indiferent de lower time frame, care e puterea, că aici a avut lower time frame un pic mai puternic, GU nu contează, adică intraday profile-ul tot a fost masivă diferența, adică uite și acum printem bullish și aici printem bearish. Știi ce zic? O să vreau să-l las să văd dacă vine iar spre break-even măcar. Pentru că chiar prefer să dorm la ora asta. Dar o să-mi asum din nou orice se întâmplă. Da, probabil o să ies în curând. Adică în trade-ul ăsta nu cred că trebuia să fiu realistic vorbind. O să închid probabil cât de curând posibil. Hai să vedem totuși price action cum arată. 3 mine, da, asta. Acum tot ce ar mai trebui să facă ca să-mi valideze close e un gap de 1 minut. Și cam ăla o să fie, pentru că deja ține gap-ul de 3 minute. Și cam ripi. Dar nu prea vreau să fiu, aș vrea să-mi vină la break-even, să ies din el, că într-adevăr cred că ideea cea mai bună era să nu fiu în el, din cauza de la respingerile astea de pe candle-ul de 15 minute. În momentul ăla am crezut că e o idee bună, dar nu a fost. Dar vedem. Nu are nicio treabă. Poți să le confuzi, dar n-are nicio treabă. Intuiția e pur și simplu pattern recognition, e pur și simplu subconștientul tău. N-are nicio legătură. Doar singura legătură are că emoțiile pot să-ți intervină. Poate să-ți blocheze intuiția și poți să confuzi intuiția cu emoțiile. Cam ăla e. Bine, da, într-adevăr, dar vreau și să mă asigur. Adică ți-am zis, greșeala asta am făcut-o exact într-un trade în care am intrat vineri și n-am știut. Adică credeam că nu trebuie să fiu în el, am ajuns să închid trade-ul și după aia mi-am mers în TP, că l-am închis de ce? Că nu trebuia să fiu în el. Și zic că dacă intru în el, e cel mai bine totuși să ai răbdarea să-i dai manage cât de bine posibil. Acum ai intrat în el, acum lasă-l să vezi și vezi ce se întâmplă. Dar ăsta mi-e un close valid. Nu are legătură cu emoțiile, e foarte similar, adică poți să le confuzi, cam mai e singura chestie. E greu câteodată îți dai seama dacă e emoție sau intuiție. Dar eu nu, din nou, din ce mă cunosc și din cât am lucrat și așa mai departe, nu mai am emoții când vine vorba de trading, adică nu mai operezi bazat pe rezultate, nu mai îmi pasă de rezultate absolut deloc, deci n-au cum să apare emoțiile. Adică nici intrarea mea de astăzi nu a fost bazată pe emoții, a fost bazată pur și simplu pe decizii și pe strategia mea, dar într-adevăr nu a fost foarte bună. Și o să vezi că close-ul meu aici, pur și simplu pentru că intuitiv, o să ajungă exact aici. Și totuși am ales să-i dau un pic de aer în caz că vrea să-l joace. Dacă nu a inversat aici, a fost din punct de vedere structural și în punct de vedere din confluențe, îmi arăta că trade-ul e mult mai likely să ia fail și acum să meargă în stop loss. Deci am vrut cumva să-i las un pic oportunitatea să-l joace, chiar dacă am intrat în el prost. Dacă are sens ce zic. Dacă n-are, asta e, dar într-adevăr a fost un lack of sleep aici. Chiar din ce în ce mai clar îmi devine faptul că tranzacționez și îmi devine faptul că sunt chestii care devin non-negotiable, adică pe care nu trebuie să negociez, cum ar fi somnul meu, cum ar fi mai multe chestii. Mai multe chestii, dar încă învăț și din nou o să încerc din ce în ce mai des să mă țin cât de constant posibil. Aici a fost o decizie de ampulea pe care nu știam în moment. Adică aici era locul intuiției să decidă cumva ce să fac cu respingerile astea și nu a fost în stare să decide pentru că n-am avut somn. Pretty much it. So that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We took another like stupid like just lack of sleep loss, to be honest. Lack of sleep loss I would call it. But that's fine. I'm not gonna be mad because I still learned something new. So if I learn something new, bruh, if I learn something really important, I don't really care what's gonna happen. Tu știi, baftă, bro, nu o să mă definească niciodată rezultatele. Nici dacă pierd contul ăsta, nu o să mă definească. Pe mine nu mă definez la modul actual, pe mine nu mă mai afectează ce se întâmplă cu trading, pentru că mie pur și simplu îmi place să fac asta. Adică nu vin aici și stau în fiecare zi că vreau să devin profitabil, vin și fac asta în fiecare zi pentru că îmi place. De asta zic că eu mă cunosc și știu că mie nu mai îmi pasă de rezultate, adică tot ce am făcut azi nu a fost bazat pe emoții. Pur și simplu a fost bazat pentru că pe ce văd, pe tradingul meu, în momentul actual, eu am crezut că e un trade bun, da, dar au fost decizia asta care au ajuns să fie foarte importante, de la o confluență unde trebuia să intervine intuiția și nu a fost în stare să intervine. Cam aia îi. Acum ce se întâmplă nu prea îmi pasă, eu am închis conform protocolului meu, eu consider că am făcut cât de bine am putut, dar o să știu că nu mai vreau să țin chestiile de genul să nu am somn, trebuie să am somn în fiecare zi, trebuie să mănânc cum trebuie să fiu full focus în fiecare zi, pentru că nu o să meargă așa niciodată. Dacă în realitate chiar nu știu, nu o să meargă niciodată prin a nu fi constant. În trading contează foarte mult să fii constant în viața reală și să fii constant în stare, să fii constant în focus și în chestiile astea, că altfel nu o să meargă, cel puțin o strategie bazată pe intuiție în oricare alt mod nu o să meargă. În niciun alt mod nu o să meargă dacă nu ești full focus și nu ești constant în fiecare zi în starea pe care o prezinți. Dar da, eu atât timp cât am învățat niște chestii, eu tot sunt fericit, indiferent ce se întâmplă cu luzul. Da, decizia asta probabil trebuia schipuită, dar mie mi-a plăcut un minut aici, am crezut că e worth, am crezut că merge, mi-a plăcut cum arată, dar close-ul trebuia confirmat cel mai probabil pe 15 minute. După aia am ajuns să închid decent la un 0.5 în loc de 1, dar tot e ok, am reușit să fac trade management cât de bine am putut, indiferent ca ce s-a întâmplat cu trade. Deci da, oricum mersi că ați fost aici, am vorbit în română stream-ul ăsta, dar asta este. Ne vedem data viitoare.